Justin Baxter. I'm the National UAS Operations Specialist for the Forest Service. The way we use UAS right now, it's very much a supplement to our piloted fleet. There are certain times that it's just not safe for us to utilize our helicopters or our fixed wing fleets, like nighttime operations or in thick smoke and inversions. There's still firefighters on the ground that are trying to complete the day's objectives and put the fire out. So UAS is just one of those tools that because of the sensors or the cameras that are on it, specifically the IR cameras, we can see through smoke, we can fly at night, and we can still provide the firefighters on the ground with that situational awareness and that intel that they need in a near real-time or real-time fashion, just enabling them to make decisions, rapidly on the ground as things are changing. There's a couple different missions that UAS is utilized for, kind of two different paths. One is more that tactical mission. So when we're talking about tactics, it's actually those firefighting efforts on the ground, specifically for PSD operations. So helping firefighters on the ground either build a little bit of depth or introducing fire in a way that limits the impacts or reduces the fire effects on the forest. So that's when we're kind of in that tactical mode. PSD stands for plastic sphere dispenser, and it's aerial ignition. So we're utilizing the drone instead of one of our firefighters either hiking up a ridge or down into a canyon to establish fire or build depth. We'll utilize the drone so that we're limiting the exposure and the risks to our firefighters. A lot of the other side, especially the large scale UAS, that's more that situational awareness or that strategic view of the fire. So giving the fire managers, the incident management team, kind of that large picture of what their fire is doing in those areas where they either can't see it because of smoke, or it's burning at a time of day where we just don't have piloted assets up. A lot of the surveillance side, or that big picture view of the fire, what we've seen with UAS is that we'll have, throughout the night or the inversion, we'll have our fire engines or our firefighters on the ground out looking for spots. It's pretty labor intensive and there's a lot of ground out there. So what we've used the UAS for is that the view from the camera and how nice the cameras are, we can see anywhere from a half a mile to a mile off of that containment line, and we can fly much faster than a firefighter can walk on the ground. So we'll utilize the UAS to continually patrol the perimeters and just looking for those spot fires, identifying them, and getting the firefighters into those spot fires before they become an issue the next operational shift. So now with the UAS, we can fly at about 80 knots and we can see about a mile off. And these cameras are nice enough that they'll pick up a 2-inch by 2-inch spot fire at about a half a mile away.
I'm John Crotty. I'm with Team 15. I'm the Air Operations Branch Director here on the Six Rivers Fire Lightning Complex. This UAS platform, being a Type 1 combination rotor fixed wing type unit, a little bit different operation than what we were used to as far as the Cobra, if you want to compare the two. So the Cobra helicopter program gave us infrared, gave us a live stream type camera view opportunity, but that Cobra aircraft needed a pilot, needed an interpreter up there to run the camera, run the machine for the infrared, talk to the folks on the ground. So we exposed 2 individuals plus a flight, but what we really needed with the Cobra is visibility to fly. And with this fire here, with the smoke conditions, lack of visibility, that's where this tool comes into play. Plus, we can use this tool at night, so it's a 24-hour asset for us to use, whether we're doing a firing operation in the evening and want to look at that and what it's doing, whether it's putting spot fires across the line or giving us a good intel on how successful the firing operation is. It's that data that's vital, not only for us as team members as far as overhead operations and air ops, but mainly for supporting those boots on the ground that are out there. The other day I heard, or the evening, that one of the hotshot crews out there was in smoke conditions, nighttime, low visibility, couldn't see if they had a spot across the line. This tool being up in the air, giving them some intel and looking down at that exact area where they thought the spot fire was. These folks could see it on their cameras through the drone, be able to relay by radio to that crew, talk them precisely into a lat and long on where they're seeing that heat signature, and then those folks with very limited visibility can gain access to it and then finally go, yep, there it is, we found it. And that would be something we would never know without this aircraft and that capability. The drones are the future of aviation for, not only fire, but for, aviation in general. It's just becoming such a win-win for the agencies, the whole firefighting forces to, be under an umbrella of this type of aircraft that can provide such great intel and data for them.